Good morning, Slush.
Good morning, Slush.
Good morning, Slush.
Cool. Shall we buckle up?
Yeah.
All right. So my name's Dave Touve. I'm a faculty at the University of Virginia, and we're going to talk this morning about playlists and the power of playlists, sort of the unspoken consumption method for most music, frankly, on the planet. And with me here are Johan and Dean, who will now just describe their companies and what they do, and then we'll move on to a deeper discussion about playlists and their future. So, Johan?
Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, I'm Johan. I'm from Stockholm, but I run a company called X5 Music, which is a music company, but we're totally focused on playlists. So instead of having albums or singles as our priority thing, we think that playlists are the number one priority and the main product. So we have our music within Spotify and Apple Music and so on. We have about 1.3 million followers on our playlist, 15,000 playlists that we update to get as many streams as we can. We have about 500,000 recordings in our database.
Okay. So let that be known, Johan's personal collection of playlists is 15,000.
Yeah.
So you have some work to do, yes? So Dean.
Okay, so I represent MixRadio. MixRadio is a very personalized music streaming service. We did have just come out from the Nokia Microsoft, so we're our own independent company. We're on iOS, we're on Android, we're on Amazon, and also the new Tizen platform. So download MixRadio, and when you think of our name, MixRadio, it really is a mix or playlists and in that radio format. So download that and let's start talking about playlists.
Yeah, so if we're going to have a discussion about playlists, we might as well, since I'm an academic, we have to define what a playlist is. So if you two could just take your own perspective on, like, what's a playlist and what are the boundaries? So what are the types of playlists that are out there? Either one.
Yeah, we define a playlist. A playlist can be several things, because it's something that you create yourself. It can be something that someone else creates and you listen to. But it can also be something that a computer did or created based on what you have done in the past to listen to. So I think that's the first thing is when you're creating a playlist based on your knowledge.
Okay.
The one when I'm creating something for you, then we're creating a playlist based on my knowledge, and the algorithm maybe is something in between.
Okay, now how about your perspective on just the playlist?
Yeah, so
What is
playlists, whether they're mixtapes, whether you're putting collections of music together for your girlfriend, your friends at a party, whether it's in a gym, whether you're on a drive-in, on a road tour, any of those essential tracks that you want to bring together so you can have that lovely music experience, discovering new tracks or rediscovering old tracks.
So what makes a playlist meaningful then? So you've sort of described it technically, we'll say, or sort of who's done them, but why? Why the playlist? What makes them meaningful as an experience for people such that it is basically the mechanism through which most music is enjoyed?
Yeah, I think when you enter a music service, MixRadio or Spotify or Apple Music or so, you're either looking for a certain song or discover some new songs, or you're going to go there to get a music experience. Maybe you're going to have a dinner or out jogging or something. So a playlist is more or less a music experience, and I think that's the benefit of it. It doesn't have to do with a certain artist or anything. It's just creating you the mood you want for the specific time you want it.
So what makes it meaningful is that it somehow fits with the moment in time or the situation in which I'm presently situated or happening. Like,
Yeah.
what would be the playlist for now? Well, we'll figure that another time. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think when I think about it as a consumer, I'm really interested in the next track, and that track has to fit my mood, it needs to fit the environment, and it just needs to flow from one track to the other. So I think most people here, they just want a very simple delivery mechanism. You know, I press one button, and the next track is going to be followed by another great track again and again. Just whether I'm doing my ironing on a Sunday afternoon or whatever mood or activity I'm in. Driving to the car, I might fancy hard rock driving to work, and then a very chill-out yoga mix coming back from work. So being able to then balance these different activities and environments and still deliver.
I think in the best worlds, a playlist is your personal DJ. You know, that shapes your soundtrack of the day or what you're currently doing.
So it is without the case that we have moved on from a world where playlists basically are made by genre. It's just a selection of a genre and you sort of keep on going. What are some other ways in which your companies have constructed playlists, or they're sort of the mindset through which so the theme that holds it together? We sort of talked about the context in which you're listening. I'm at home, I'm at work, I'm going to work. But what are some of the themes that sort of bind music together such that it makes a great playlist?
Well, how you would construct it, there's multiple different ways. You have hand-curated mixes, which I think when you look at the new tracks coming through, you need that personalized component of someone curating some mixes, and that needs to be done on a very local level, dependent on what country you're in. Obviously, playlists from Indonesia are going to differ from Canada. And then you've got the algorithm. Certainly, it's so easy to make music, so more music is going to be made. So there does need to be algorithms to be able to create some of these playlists. So I think it's a very fine balance. And I don't know if we're at the right balance now, being the curation of these being human-driven or algorithm based on huge data sets.
Okay. How about yourself?
Yeah, I think as long as the playlist is good, it doesn't matter that much if it's a computer that did it or is it a human being. You know, it's all about having a good flow of music for the context you want to have. And I think, therefore, asking the person what you want or what purpose are doing this for, that's important. I think that doesn't need to be a question, but if they click on something, then you know much more than you did before. So a couple of clicks, and then hopefully you can present something that is perfect for that occasion or that thing.
And then there's different mechanisms through which people provide feedback along the way. I liked this track, I didn't like that track, take me more in this direction, take me more in that direction, versus here's this playlist. You don't like that one? Pick this other one until you find the one you like. Well, since this whole thing is supposed to be about the future of the music business, what is the future of the playlist and its role in the music industry at large? Where's the playlist going, and what's its role in the music industry going forward?
Yeah, we see the playlist as the future, because today the music revenues are basically when you buy something, then it turns into something that you listen to when you pay a subscription. The other big part of the music consumption is radio. And radio is 2 times bigger than the music buying market today. So that market is almost untapped. Artists and creators don't get much of that revenue. So I think if we're creating good playlists as a music company as we are, or as services, we can start getting people to migrate from the radio experience to the services, and that is huge amounts of revenue that can come from there to the artists.
Yeah, so just to follow that with the details, in most countries, we'll just focus quickly on the US, say out of $15 billion in annual revenue for radio at large, music royalties are 3 to 4%, no more than 5. So 3 to 4% of that total pool of revenue, while in the online space, the space where you all create playlists, royalties are 45, 50, 65, 70, 75% of total revenue, whether they're paid or free. Where do you feel like the future of the playlist is headed?
Well, certainly the playlist is here to stay. When I think of how these need to be delivered, I think it needs to be in a very lean-back manner. There's so much technology out there. People are going to be more concerned with the very ease of use. The playlists are going to be there, curated algorithms. The delivery vehicle across any of these canvases just needs to suit that lean-back experience. There are the music mavens out there that are going to look for very heavily curated mixes and even contribute to mixes themselves. But most of the people want a very easy, lean-back, one-button click, and for that next track to come out, and it's the track that they really want to listen to. Okay. So the future is definitely bright. Playlists are here to stay, and I think it's up to the industry to be able to construct it in such a way that access, platforms, do not get in the way of people having that moment of joy when that next fantastic track comes on.
Okay, so we have 20 seconds. What's the longest playlist you have ever experienced, like from beginning to end?
Well, we have one that is 9 hours for your workday.
Okay.
I listen to three tracks, though, but I'm not the perfect user. But some people listen to all of it.
All right.
It's a classical one, so you get focused and so on.
So 9 hours.
But I have it on my sidebar, so
Okay. That's a lot of time.
It's about 3 hours.
3 hours?
About 3 hours, yeah.
All right, so here's to a future of playlists of both short and long, and basically the main mechanism or the main venue through which most people experience music, and let's give it some respect. So thank our two folks here on stage, and thank you for your time this morning.
Okay. Thank you everyone.